So now on to program 2. For program 2 we have how to find the minimum or the largest element in an array. So as advised earlier, you are supposed to grab a pen and a paper and you are supposed to try to find the algorithm yourself, or just think about it even if you can't find it. So the idea is to get the logic building skills going on, to enhance the logic building skills. So now in this video, I will also be teaching you how you could come up with the algorithm and how do we code that algorithm. But first, more importantly, how can we make the algorithm? So let's move on to the program. So our program is find the minimum or the largest element. So first let's just think about the minimum only, and then we will extend our program to support the largest element as well. So let's forget about programming for a while. So in real life scenario, how would you determine the lowest of a number? So suppose you have like different currency notes. So you have different dollar bills in your pocket. For example, you could have a $5 bill, a $10 bill, a $1, $20, and maybe a $50. So you have these 5 different dollar bills in your pocket, and how do you know which one is the minimum? So you take them out of your pocket one by one. So you have taken out the 5 first, as that was on the maybe top of your pocket, and so you know that 5 is your minimum note in the pocket, but it's also the largest as well, as you have not seen the remaining notes or the remaining bills in your pocket yet. As here, when you took out the 5, you know that 5 is the least amount of money in your pocket, and it is at this point the largest value in your pocket as well, as you are not aware of the other bills in your pocket. So right now you got the 5 out of the pocket, and 5 is also the minimum and also the largest. And then you take another bill from your pocket, and now it's 10. So now you compare 5 with 10, and you immediately know that 5 is still the minimum bill that is in your pocket. Now you take another bill from your pocket, and now it's 1. So now you remember that, oh, I had gotten 5 before, but 1 is definitely less than 5. So now I'm going to discard the 5 as the minimum element, because I know for certainly that 1 is the lowest I have now. As from 5, 10, and 1 is certainly the lowest note or the lowest bill inside my pocket. And then you take another bill out, and it's 20. You know that still 1 is the lowest in your pocket, right? And then you take another element out, and it's 50, but you know that 1 is less than 50. So the lowest element or the lowest bill in your pocket is still 1. So how did we find out about 1 being the lowest? We arithmetically compared 1 with all the other notes in your pocket. In programming, we would do this literally the same approach. We would get 1 value from the array, and then we will compare it with the rest of the array. And that's how we will find the minimum value in the array. So initially, like here, we supposed 5 is the minimum value because we had just only seen 5. So in an array 2, we would assume that the first element or the 0th index in the array is the minimum value. So let us get started. The basic principle is that, so a lot of times you should think of programming in terms of real life examples. That really helps making the code. So right here we have this array, and we don't know which one is the minimum value. So we are just going to assume maybe the first index is the minimum value. I'm going to change the first index here because it's actually the minimum, and we might not be able to understand the code well. So I'm just going to make the first not minimum so we can understand our code well. So now we have the minimum element in the second last index of the array, the 3 index. So let's try to code this scenario we thought here in the C++ programming. So we are going to assume minimum is equal to the first element of the array. So the first element is the 0th index. So okay, we need to write this line after the code, after the array declaration, because at this point the array had not been declared yet. So right now what we have done is we have told the program that the first element is the minimum element, as that is the only element that we know of right now. Now we will make the loop as we usually do in an array. Please do note that here I have started the I value from 1, whereas in the previous program or the example you would have seen it starts from 0. Why am I starting from 1 is that I have already utilized the 0th index in this variable, so I don't need to check it again. So now I'm going to compare, like I compared here. I compared if 10 was lower than 5. If yes, then 10 is my lowest bill in the pocket. But if not, then 5 is still my lowest bill in the pocket. So now we are going to compare our first variable with the second variable and so on until the last element. So our first variable, which is the assumed minimum value, is the 10, and we are going to see if ARR I is less than minimal. So we are seeing if the current value of the array is less than the minimal value that we assigned earlier. So here we would be, so we are basically running the comparison here that we showed here. So we have already pre-decided that 5 is the, we are assuming that 5 is the minimal value, and now we are iterating from 10 towards 50. So we are going to see, we are comparing is 10 less than 5, then the lowest bill inside my pocket is 10, but if not, then the lowest bill is still 5. So this if condition that I just told in terms of the real life scenario, we are going to make a code for it in the C++ language. So we are going to see is 3 less than 10, sorry, is 3 less than 10. Yes, it's actually less than 10. So the if statement is the equivalent of this statement when I is equal to 1. So we have here 3 is less than 10, and then we are going to make our minimal value the 3 value. Minimal is equal to ARR I. So we are really just doing this. So in here the 10 was not less than 5, so we did nothing, but here the 1 element is less than 5. So now we are going to make 1 the minimal value of the minimal bill in our pocket. So we are really just following the same principle here as well. So if our current value in the array is less than our predetermined value, which is also changing as the code executes, then we change the minimal value. But if the current value in the array is not less than the minimal value, then we do nothing with the minimal value, else do nothing. But we don't have to write that, as the else is just given by default. If we have to do nothing, then we don't have to tell the program to do nothing. So this is the finding the minimal value in our code. So let's see the output of this program. Let's save it. All right, I've saved this test.cpp. Oh, first we have to print out the output as well. So cout main. So let's see what our program prints now. Let's run it again. Okay, so our program is printing 2, which is indeed the lowest value in the program. But in essence, it's really the bill pocket scenario I showed you earlier. It's really what is happening here. Also, by the same logic, the maximum value can also be found out.